Competition time. Welcome back to Lizard of Doom. I am Max. About 2 months ago, I sent out a message to my Discord members. If you want to be in the next one, join the Discord down below. The message to my Discord members was this. We will be competing in an eBay rescue challenge. You must purchase something off eBay or Facebook or whatever. Secondhand model. That's the important bit. And painting it the same as the original owner intended, but improving that paint job to the best of our ability. As per usual, I sent this out to other small creators on YouTube. Mishmash is back again. MTG Bella is here, and Miniscape is in the competition too. They will be competing against me, while my community competes for a prize, and this week's prize is a 40k Combat Patrol or Age of Sigmar equivalent, whichever one the winner chooses. Some of you may know I have started a retro orc army, so I am using this as an excuse to continue that. So let's have a look at my knob. I got this knob on eBay for just under a tenner, and he is a lovely old retro sculpt for my orc army. You can see there's some dodgy checkers on the shoulder pad here, and some not so bad ones on the knee. That's what you risk when you do checkers on a round area. They never quite line up properly, so less is more. And also this white on the clothes here, I'm not sure I like it. And the red around the edge of the hat, that could do with refining as well. This belt buckle is not going to stay green. It's not a live goblin face. It's going to be upgraded to a war boss for my retro orc army. And that means he needs an attack squig. So I got an era appropriate 80s squig. And you might be thinking, Max, this hasn't got any colour on it. How are you going to paint it like the previous owner intended? Well, if you look real close up under there, red squig. So these lads need a bath to get the paint off the orc and that little bit off the bottom of the squig there, so I can give it a nice smooth paint job. This is isopropyl alcohol, and I'm going to leave them in there for about half an hour and give them a good scrub. Whilst they're in there, I decided to work on the base. Now a 40mm base is quite big, but that's the modern day war boss one. So I decided to fill it with maybe some foliage and other bits and bobs from my orc collection out of the bits box and my pile of future fun. These ammo crates were going to be good filler for the back and make a nice little backdrop for this war boss, like he's got supplies. So I put them together and got them ready for the base. But once they were all ready and prepared, it was time to give the boys a good scrub. So I got my glove on and got ready, because you don't want any of this isopropyl alcohol on your skin. It will dry your skin right out. It's not too bad, it just makes it a little bit itchy. If you've got any skin conditions, it's really going to make them flare up. After a good scrubbing, these guys were ready to get some paint on them. But I had a little job I needed to do. See, the slaughter bit of this orc, I didn't want to trim off because, you know, it's a retro piece. I didn't want to do any kind of long-term damage to it. So I needed a way to put him on the base, and I also needed a way to sink the squig into the base. So I took some precise measurements, because especially the squig has got a big round lump of metal on the bottom of it. And then I did some experimenting with my laser cutter. If I've got it, I might as well use it. I laser cut some options in cardboard just to get an idea for layout, and when I had one I was happy with, I did it on the plastic one. Now the base I'd used, luckily, had a little knob underneath here, which saved it from going all the way through, and there's a few little bits of plastic left there too. But this will support the squig enough. And if I'm lucky, he might just squeeze in there. It's not a perfect oval, this little base, but yeah, that's close enough. I can now sink him enough to sand over the top. With everything laid out, I put the tree on later when it was painted, because I don't feel the need to paint a tree to look like a tree. And this is where I'm at now, ready for basing. A quick layer of PVA over everything, and a dip in the sand for my old style basing. Quite simple, keeping it a bit retro, but also a little bit updated with the colour scheme over the top. I will not be doing bright green sand on the base. But now comes an interesting bit. Once that was all ready, I wiggled the orc out. I did this so the sand on his slaughter piece would be the same as the rest of the base, and I could just slot him back in once he was painted, but pull him out to make it easier to paint all of the way around. I didn't want to miss his back, even though it's not going to be very well seen, so I primed them in matte black, and the idea for this paint job is just to tidy up the existing paint job, do exactly the same, but neater and a little bit better. So let's see if I can pull that off. now I finally have my before and after pictures for my piece. I have submitted them to the competition along with the rest of the creators. We'll do the creator portion first, and then we'll get to the community section after that. The judges for this competition are my lovely Patreons. Thank you for supporting this channel. You're amazing, and you really let me know that the stuff I do here is worthwhile, and it means something to other people as well. So something important about the entries, this time we are only submitting one before picture and one after picture. That makes it very difficult, and you have to pick your angles and your lighting and make sure that you have everything precisely ready for this competition. I don't know why I'm being so posh today. Now, if you are up to date on these competitions, you will know Mishmash. They have been around before and they have entered so many of these. Thank you for being, a friend of the channel, Mishmash, and it's always good to have you here. Let's have a little look at Mishmash's entry. This is the model Mishmash has started with, this old chaplain. It is a nice older sculpt. Let's have a little look at the magic they have worked. Yes, lovely. You can see that now it is a nice grimdark kind of style to it, kind of scratchy paint job. I enjoy that kind of detail and extra that adds to it. They have also kept the nice gold rim. Everyone likes a golden rim job. Not your classic colour for a base rim for like a game piece, but the original owner did it, and it has been preserved. Go and check out Mishmash's channel after this video to see this paint job in action. They have been tirelessly working and are releasing a video at the same time as this one. So all of the competition entries will have their videos up for you to check out after, and all linked down below. Now, I invited Bella because she invited herself to the Big Bot Bash, and I respect the hustle. As someone who constantly gets tumbleweeds from bigger YouTubers, you got to get yourself out there. So Bella started with this retro dragon sculpt. Now, I'm not too sure where this is from. If you know where this is from, please leave a little comment down below. I'm posh again, and Bella has kept the nice kind of autumnal colour theme and created this beauty. Now, the pictures Bella chose to go in the competition are interesting because they are a back shot. Why did I say back shot? Because they are a shot from behind, and that sounds worse. What you can see in these two pictures is the difference between the quality of paint job on the wing, and it is very, very nice and very crispy. As for Mishmash's entry, Bella has also produced a video, so go and check that paint job out after the competition results. Now, for our final entry is someone I've picked because they do retro paint jobs anyway on their channel. This is Miniscape. Miniscape has started with these Blood Angel bikers, and they are now these Imperial Fist bikers. Interesting. A lovely paint job undoubtedly, but missed one very important part of the brief: to keep them the same as the previous owner's intentions. Now, will that matter in the judging? Will my Patreons mind this? We'll have to find out very shortly. And also check out Miniscape's video as well down below. Now, I've put all these for the vote on Patreon, and I guess my Patreons will know the Retro Orc is me, but I did put them all in anonymously, and my Patreons do have a history of not voting for me to win. Thanks, guys. But now let me just check the results live as I'm recording this video. Don't do an evil laugh, don't do an evil laugh, don't do an evil laugh. I've won one! I've finally friggin' won one! Yes! Regain composure. I have indeed won my own competition. For once. I have won with my lovely orc, and second place goes to Mishmash, try again sucker, followed by Miniscape, and then Bella. Thank you all for being involved in this competition, and one last reminder, go and check them out. And now for the moment everyone in the community has been waiting for. But first, pop a little like, thank you very much, and do a subscribe if you're new here. Rescued from this Theoden to this Theoden. Painted by Soy Vayjoy, this Theoden has shown excellent brush control with the new paint job here. The original was painted quite loyally to the portrayal in the Lord of the Rings films, and it's nice to see that kept through in this lovely rescue. In second place, we have this killer can rescued to this lovely killer can by Dracos. As a fellow retro orky collector, I'm enjoying the very nice orky colours here, very true to the original. And finally, the winner, someone who deserves this win. They have entered a fair few of these competitions, and they actually help me do the admin for these competitions for the community, and they are a big supporter on Patreon. It is Aria Morningstar. I can't think of a more deserving winner. This seems like a fix because the person who helps me with the admin has won, and I've also won. I promise it's not a fix. But Aria, well done saving this miniature. Very nice paint job, very nice non-metallic metal. Perfect. Chef's kiss. If you would like to enter the next one, it shall be announced shortly over the coming weeks in the Discord. That's down below. If you would like to join the Patreon to be a judge on the next one, that's up there now. Thank you for watching. Make sure you check out the other channels I've mentioned previously. And remember, it is not a pile of shame. It is a pile of future fun. See you next time, kids. Peace.